Hello, comrades. It's Premier Rever, and I am back again at Neuve Revergrad. If you've watched many of this week's videos, we are here for another Saturday summary, and you will also know that I haven't started the videos here, so it feels good to have time going again and have got in Bricksville design, but we'll go into it. And what I'd like to do is go around and just see how we're doing. I kind of forget. It's been quite a few days in real life since I've gone around the map. We've been largely paused. I don't know, are we making much extra steel over here? Well, again, we can't see our coal in there. We don't have any steel. We don't have any workers. Is there a particular reason we don't have workers? I mean, I see things flowing. Probably need to get, and I don't know if I'm going to do it today or we'll do it in another episode. There goes a train. These trains, any trains in here should be going to the next, to the other. And I think we only have 2 trains, so that's probably part of the problem. And yeah, they're sort of back to back. So we'll definitely, I'm going to, you know what, why don't we start a list? I'm going to get a fresh, clean piece of paper, and I will start a list right now, and we'll say more trains to steel. And we'll do that this week in the episode. There we go. First thing on our list. Normally, and a lot of times I do this in between the episodes, but I'm doing this episode just so you guys know, back to back with the last one. And so I like I said, I'm really, we're going to go around to the construction offices, make sure people have things to do. Yeah, I don't want to build more right over here just yet, because I kind of have a feeling. Let's take a look at our population. Yeah, see, we only have 11 plus 21-year-olds. We've stolen many people from around the map. We probably have quite a few. Yeah, people can't visit a pub, tavern, church, hospital, get food. Yeah, so we really need to make sure that they're functioning well over here. You know, I think before we go too far with it, just let's calm down in a sense and let the people in here get settled, make sure there's no problems before we build any more than we have. I don't know that this is working out that well. So I'm just going to hold off for now. Not long term, just until we have time to think about it more. Now, this construction crew over here, I'm not sure what I stole from them. They have an empty slot there. But what I want to do is get them assigned to start working into here. And they can start working on this road. They can also start working on this road. Now, these guys are not a real construction crew. So we should probably talk about making them a pretty gravel-heavy crew, but we want to get some of these guys out of here. Oops. Not change building. Yeah, load yourself into this one. Oh, that's right. We can't do that. Yeah, these bulldozers, there's no vehicle in the game to handle the bulldozers. And then that guy we're going to leave here. This little bulldozer can go into a truck. Why do I? Oh, because that's fine. I was wondering why I had, let's escape some of that stuff. Yeah, this we can close. So what I want to do is we'll go somewhere on the map and see if we can steal a construction crew. But yeah, let's get this open, and we'll take these guys someplace, at least temporarily. And we have another construction crew coming, don't we? Yeah, so we might, I think we'll just take one of these bulldozers out of here. And really, do we even want to? Well, we'll see. I'd like to really try to start building most of my own vehicles. That would be kind of a cool accomplishment, I think. Now, when it comes to what we're going to do next, it's probably going to be designing over here. So if I had a depot here, I would use it, but I don't. So let's use one of these depots. All right, so we'll put them in this depot here, which is not necessarily closer, but it's at least not in that construction office up there. There we go. Good. So let's head back there. So for those of you who only watch the Saturday summary, well, you missed a lot. We designed Bricksville, and so we have a massive town here now with up to 8,000 people could come here and live. We have to finish up some railroad track business. We'll do that. That's another thing, rail, const, construction, Bricksville. So we got another thing on our list for this week. So we'll get another rail construction office figured out over here. Plus, this will be a loop that takes our bricks out to. I'll probably end up building a bridge over to here. But at least right now, even at this minute, look, we're already building roads. So we're starting to build this, and a lot of work. So we're going to have 2 brick factories over here. We're going to have 4 power plants. We have a loop for the coal, so the coal will take priority to fill these things up, and then when it comes back all the way over this way and back down to here, we will feed it into a rail loading or multiple. This is far from designed. It's as much a space holder at this moment as anything else. And we will, get over here and get ore processing facilities for our 6 coal mines. And, fair amount of leveling and whatnot went into it. We'll have a passenger loop. That's what this one here is, to take passenger trains up to our coal ore processing. We don't need any people down here. These are just like the storage yards. Building is on fire. Oh, you know what? I didn't put in any fire companies. It's all right. We don't really have much. Fire Co. Bricksville. Third thing for the list. All right, very good. So, again, if you want to know more, I guess I would recommend that you quickly watch the last 3 or 4 videos, and that'll, go into a lot of the details of what we did. I did skip time as I built the town. Otherwise, it would have been a 4-hour video just to design this part. And same thing when it came to some of this stuff. Now, I got a comment about I make it look easy, in one of the videos, and if he accounted for my leveling. And just so you know, I really don't skip that kind of time to make it look easy. And I'm not saying anybody thinks I do, but I just do it because the leveling, it gets boring, and putting down each one of the, I mean, it's, you just saw me design this part. Do you really need to see every detail of me popping houses down, for, again, it would have been like a 3-4 part video just to get this part designed. So that's usually why I skip time. But the other thing I'd like to do now that we're kind of done talking about this is just commit to all of these things, just so they're not white, and then the construction guys can start building them. Now, most of the roads I've been plopping down buildings. So there we go. We got some gravel coming up here. This is going to be another construction office plus some supplies. So we'll have a aggregate storage and unloading, and then we'll have a road cargo station with an open thing. So the only thing we won't have up here will be like the mechanical components and stuff. But, we'll just have to drive back for them, which will be over to here. I think this one has so electrical and mechanical components we won't have over there. But just having these other things should speed up construction quite a bit. And it's going to be a lot of episodes before all of that's done. So for the sake of, I don't know what else is falling apart and who else is assigned to stuff. We didn't assign this guy to much, did we? Let's get him. Yeah, working on that. Now, are you auto searching? No, you probably could auto search roads, huh? Yeah, let's just have him auto search roads and footpaths, which he can't get to too much now, but he should just keep starting there. And then, I think I'm going to do the same thing with this guy. Just roads, just keep them working on the roads without me having to assign it. We'll get a lot of this stuff done. Good. And then like I said, we'll have to get another rail construction, and we'll have to get our bricks designed out. And we can't really even get into all of these too well yet. So we'll have to figure out how we can get in and out of here with our rail construction crews and with regular trains. So now this is a line that's in front of me that we designed. I'm pretty sure it was this week. And this is going to be part of our coal loop. So this is where we're going to get the coal back out from Bricksville. Right? So this rail line can start getting worked on if I didn't assign it. Let's see. Nope. All right. So now let's have them come out here and start working on that. Now, I don't know if I put many signals, but I don't know. Yeah, that shouldn't really be tied together. I don't want them to get a red signal. No, they should be fine. They should have greens the whole way. So they'll just you know, that's going to take them quite a while to build that track, but that'll get started. And yeah, so now as far as this goes, this is our next, I think our next construction is to get the prefab and cement, though this is a lot lower priority. So I don't know that we're going to do this next. I mean, we have it set up so we can start getting our construction done and designed over here. And the reason I say that, Bricksville became more of a priority when I started having some power issues. So really, in some ways, Bricksville could have been built before the steel mills, but I really think we're going to have some power problems when we try to fire up all these steel mills, plus keep our auto plants going. It just, you know, having four, we only have 3 power plants now and we're doing okay. So having these here should have, you know, should really help. So that's why Bricksville was a bigger priority. Now the other thing is getting power and getting this all tied into the power grid. So that's another whole thing to talk about. And especially because we have 4 power plants. That's like 8 lines worth of power coming out of there. So we'll see. We'll see how we can feed it into the places it needs to go. And if we even need it, we might not even fire up all of them. So how are we doing over here? Now this guy, for the moment, yeah, you know what? I think we're going to transfer him. Yeah, you know what? Let's head back there for a second and let's get, we've got 2 open halls. We can get this crane moved into this one. Yeah, and look, we don't have a bulldozer or anything in here anyway, so is there anything about this crew? Well, you know what? I've been selling off these smaller open halls. Let's do it. Right, so hopefully, yeah, and this is a bigger dumper. So we'll take these vehicles over. I think I definitely want a few more dumpers. Yeah, we got two buses, that's good. Open haul. Yeah, 2 open hauls is good. Yeah, so we're going to want more dumpers and maybe even concrete. Though building the town, okay, where am I at? Yeah. So what I want to do is let's put these guys into here. Yeah, we already have an open haul. So there'll be 3 open hauls over here. I'm okay with that. I got these 2 darn bulldozers. All right, let's see. How many of these? Let's open up. You know what? I won't send that open haul over for now, just in case. All right, now I can't see the thing. All right, let's make sure we get this open haul with the crane headed here. Guess I could have counted if they're all going to fit. Yeah, definitely want a covered haul. What's this? Definitely want dumpers. So we can reorganize this to make it a little bit more efficient later. That one's already sent. Yeah, definitely want a mixer. All right, well, it says it'll all fit. Did we get them all? Yeah, so really the question is, where could I put that bulldozer? Do we have a depot? Oh, you know what? I have a depot right here, don't I? Oh, and I have some concrete mixers too. Yeah, let's get at least one of these big bulldozers heading over to here. There you go. Get out of there. And then, yeah, we don't need that extra open haul. So what I'm going to do is let's go back over here to Autograd and talk about, oh, look, we made our tractors. Yeah, let's make 1 extra tractor. We'll let him finish that. Hopefully we'll see it. But there we go. So we have, yeah, can I just send these directly to the farm? Game safe. Yeah, let's move this out so I have a chance to see it. So these guys, there was a suggestion of I can get Muscow's farm going before, you know, get the crops growing, and I absolutely agree. But I wanted to build my own tractors because we're the self-sufficient kind of people here in Riverstan. We don't need anyone else's help, nor do we want it. We are proud. There we go. So we'll have an extra tractor when that gets done. And these don't take too long. So then the next thing was, I think we built, let's see, when this guy gets done. Here, let's zoom back. We can. All right, so when this one gets built, we'll just put him in one of these depots. Now we have plenty of open hauls. Right, like I said, I'd like to get self-sufficient even with our vehicles. So select a blueprint to manufacture. Oh, so we didn't get sowing, did we? Oh, wait, sowing. Oh, wait, no, we didn't get harvesting. And we decided that the American ones are retardedly expensive for the blueprints. So we are going to sowing, harvesting. We're going to get the fastest, proud Soviet machine design that we can. So we're going to get this combine. And let's select that combine. There we go. Oh, look, we didn't lose percentage. Okay, whatever. Yeah, so let's just get this guy out of here so that I guess this is sort of our odd assortment of vehicles. Good. So now we're making a couple combines. So we're going to have, well, really sowing. Oh, okay. Yeah, let's head back to the farm, even though that's sort of out of order. Somebody brought up a suggestion that you can actually send trucks to the farms to get the stuff. So the problem that I see with that is that it really would be maybe a micromanagey thing, right? Because like we're already going to have some trucks in here, but like if you could send them, let's just even see if that's possible. I guess we'd want a covered haul. Yeah, we'd want a covered haul that we're not using, of course. So yeah, so let's head back over to here and just see, you know, if we sent a covered haul to this. Yeah, I'm really not even liking I don't even think I'm going to try it. Not because I don't think it would work, but it just sounds so micromanagey. Right? Like we can, yeah, look, you can send them to say here. So we could do like, right? You know, you could like say, go stop at each one of these and pick up anything that you can and then haul it to someplace else. Like, I guess it could even be, you know, like we could unload it there. But you know what? I'm not even going to do that, to be honest. For me, it's just a little bit too much micromanagement. It's not a bad idea. And I think, I'm not going to do it right now, but I just wanted to make sure you guys heard that because, like, the part of me that's not liking it is, I'm not sure how you could make it that much. You know, we have a few fields here that are an issue, but I think maybe it would definitely work in certain situations. Did we not send the vehicles over to here? That would have been smart, wouldn't it? I think we didn't. Or did I? Yeah, I guess I did. Probably could have done it with some. Yeah, there they go. Okay. Just make sure. Yeah, it would be nice if, well, I guess maybe it told us that they had one on the way. But anyway, how are we doing? Well, we're making vehicles. I think having the 2 trains here is a bit too much, but I haven't actually seen 2 of them sitting here. So we're making money exporting these. I'm not sure how well we're doing with, you know, with taking them to the towns, and there's no real overflow ability, so to speak. Yeah, so I don't know. We're making vehicles. We got, you know, we have workers. I think we can ramp up the number of people, but we've built some houses over here, and I don't think they're all full. Some of them are. Yeah, all the ones I'm going to click on are going to be. Yeah, you know what? Let's go to one I think I know. Now some of these over here I think are newer. Yeah, see, only 59. So I'm assuming they would come from anywhere in town here. Yeah, very well educated. So it's a happy little town. So we might want to increase the number of people or the number of trains. But we'll take a better look at that. How are we doing on this train station? Yeah, only 35 waiting. Yeah, that stopping there is a little less than ideal, isn't it? And there really isn't a whole lot of reason that this needs to be connected once we have enough trains in here. So maybe we will disconnect this so that we don't have to have that be a hindrance to our progress through the smooth flow of trains. But yeah, I think we need to ramp up some people and whatnot over here. Oh, there goes a train. Is that a coal train? No, bricks. Or, gravel. Good. You go, buddy. Yeah, so I think we're just pretty happy over here at Autograd. I mean, I'm happy that we're making these vehicles. I guess I could even consider, like I said, I'd like to kind of be able to get to build not all of the different kinds of vehicles, but, do we have a blueprint for, this is the nice, no, this isn't the biggest, 12 tons of concrete. Is that the biggest? Oh, so we already have that one. Is that the biggest one we could buy, right? Because I think the other one might be American or something, or NATO, German maybe. Cement tank. Yeah, good. We can get like the cement tank. So can we get anything for covered haul fire truck dumper? Yeah, we don't have any like the construction equipment like bulldozer. So what is the biggest bulldozer? I do like the big American bulldozer because it is. Yeah, but these would go on there, so I'm not going to spend the money right this minute, but and bulldozers, excavator. Yeah, I mean these excavators are fine right here. I don't think the Americans have one that's. Yeah, this excavator's 37. Yeah, so it is, but see that's 96 million just to be able to make those. So there's certainly a prejudice in the game towards being able to purchase the, this is 13 million, still pretty expensive, but this one's only 13 and it's level 33, right? If we can make them ourselves, it's more fun. I don't know. Anyway, we'll see. I might go ahead and buy that at some point. But let's spend money when we need to. Yep. So other than that, I think we're in good shape. Kind of all calmed down here over at Autograd. And a little bit earlier, now you're stopped because, just a train is passing. That's fine. Just make sure it wasn't a trap. That is a place of traffic jam. Oh, somebody else mentioned that you need 10 tons of steel in a section of rail. And I'm just sitting here thinking, yeah, this is the reason that we have this. So it's sort of, I know I could like stretch that out a little bit further and, I don't know. We're not having traffic issues here other than when something goofy happens. So that's one of the reasons, because of the way this game's rail and blocks work and you don't really have routes and then it interferes. Like I've tended to overbuild the amount of rail. So if we see an area is getting real busy and having what I'll call like normal traffic jams, then I think we could talk about dealing with it as opposed to like redoing something just on the principle of how long a block should be. Well, that makes sense. And it's, again, if it wasn't already built, I'd build that just a little further. But this got added after this. So this was sort of like a secondary thing at that point to be able to get them. I pictured everybody flowing through, but then our oil tank can't flow through, and because of that, it's sort of a problem now. And there's no real way, the way I did this, that I can get that, or bitumen tank. I want them to get them to be able to go that way. I hope that makes sense. So anyway, but it's good point. 10 tons of steel and a length of rail. And you'll know that you're far enough away for the longest train. So thank you. I think that was Mike said that. I hope I gave the right person credit. When I mentioned about the priorities of the prefab concrete area, the other areas, and we're getting close to done designing things, right? Like the map may end and with the lag problems fixed, I'm picturing that we will get some mechanical components here, nothing drastic, but we would expand the size of Tagliati here. And we already have our construction stuff pretty much ready to go. And we'd get in here, build some mechanical components. And then the last two towns that I would plan on would be a relatively small town for cement prefabs, and then, a fairly small town and oil field to make plastic tin. And that would be it, just to warn you guys. Now, plastic tin may also make some chemicals, right, from off of the oil field. So we'll just sort of have to see. And I'm okay with that because, our crops aren't too awful far away from here to bring up some crops. We could even make another little lumber thing if we wanted to, just to supply the lumber up here as opposed to dragging that lumber across the map. But we'll see. And then, so just picture maybe we have like a town in this area with an oil field, and I don't even know if it would have a refinery, but we'll have to see. It definitely could have a refinery. And so refinery, plastic, chemicals, we'll kind of see what we decide. And I say that because we have this refinery and we seem to be doing okay with the amount of fuel we have. So we'll have to do a little more balancing at that point to see, to make sure we're not going to run out of chemicals when we have 8,000 more people or fuel. At some point here, when we do cap off the size, we could sort of say, well, no, we're just definitely making enough. There's no real reason to do more. And right now I question whether we're making totally enough, right? Because we're still, is it, okay, this one's full, that one's almost full. Okay, yeah, so it's is it a matter of we're just exporting a little too much? Now, one of the things that I did do when it came to these vehicles here was talk about cutting down. So we're only exporting 19% of our bitumen. So we may want to change that a little bit if this thing stops running too often. So we'll see. But we're definitely using a lot of the oil here, or at least we were. So now that I say that, we've got plenty in storage. So I'm not sure if it was, there we go, chemicals, no workers. Yeah, so we have some issues here and there that we'll start working out. We have this over here as far as workers go. Look, we can't assign that yet. So, you know what, let me assign this guy. Even though there's just 3 trucks in there, we might as well say, you know what, if you can help, go help. So in the next episode, probably we'll get, maybe that'll even be done. We can get this last house going. But really, as much as anything else, I want to get this car dealership going. Now, I'm pretty sure that we can get people to go over here with the cars now. And the cars, I'm hoping they'll drive up to here enough with the coal power plant. Now, can we tell them in this parking lot where to work? Yeah, see, this makes me nervous when it comes to counting on the people going to work at the power plant. And I mentioned this in the last video, and it was part of the question, why don't I have cars go to the power plants over by Bricksville? And it's I don't really know that they're going to go here with any kind of a priority, and I know I can kind of prioritize things with the trains, right? I can very positively say, okay, you guys here, I want you to go to this isn't a train stop, but go to this stop, and then the train will pick you up, and I have 4 trains, and they're on schedule because I've spaced them out with signaling tricks. And does that make sense? Where I just don't know if are they gonna leave from here and get enough of them up to there? Or do I just have to tell them, well, I want you to go to work here? So I can't tell them it's too distant, right? So it's I don't know. So let's see how well this goes here. And by now it's kind of all designed over there in Bricksville. So, but know that we'll keep an eye on that as far as that goes. And then same kind of conundrum. I don't think there's been too much happen here over at Energinisk. It's just been working pretty well. Participate in any sport. We probably get the sports up. Did we get a hospital over here? No, we definitely shouldn't we? I think this was one of the towns that I was just holding off on the hospital to see if it really had that much of a benefit. And if you keep in mind, they're living to 88 years old without a hospital, so, and it's not like we don't generally have more than enough. Look, we've already gone up, 50 plus 21-year-olds. I'm not sure if there's some other benefit that I'm not, maybe happiness, but then, their happiness is fine. They're not escaping, right? So even the few people that can't go get any sports or can't visit a hospital, it's not making them so unhappy. I don't know whether they work better when they're happy. I haven't seen any indication of that. So anyway, well, let's keep our counterclockwise trend going here. So we are working on this, but now we got this problem. So is this a problem of chain signals? Oops, wrong one. No, how did you get in there? Yeah, this should probably be... Do we have crisscross? No. So they're going to have to come in and out that right way. I don't really necessarily want to put... I think I might just get rid of this signal for now. It might actually be the better way. And we'll let... Oh, you know what it is? Is that they're not... I know what it is. I probably didn't need to delete all of that, but... They're not getting past their... where they were working. Yeah, so let's... Does that make sense? They weren't getting past this. So if they come in here and work a little bit and then turn around, they can mess each other up. Like this guy came and this guy expecting him to keep going further. But so why are we not going further? Do we have... Well, we have everything in there at this moment. So yeah, so what this is I think I'm electrifying all of this track here. Yeah, see how it's... This was all laid before, but now it's going to be electrified so we can get our clothing train around this loop. And I think I even electrified a little bit of this. And you can see where it ends. So then the next thing I'll have these guys do is build this rail line over to here, which will be a more direct way to get fabric. And in addition, we've also added, even though I don't think I've fired it up even yet, we've also added Revergrad distribution here. So I think I put some things to it. Food is sort of another issue. We'll get around to it in a minute. But so we'll have to see. I forget what I did. Yeah, this is probably what I did after like last Sunday or something, wasn't it? Yeah, so we do have a food train and another food train and a food train. So we've only put the food trains bringing things over to here, which really, I guess, is a bunch of them actually because, well, we do want mechanical components, electrical components. We don't need fabric in here, but... And then electronics. So we do want to get more stuff into here. And then clothes. We're not really making enough clothes, but no reason we can't put them in here at this point. There we go. So, but once we have this distribution, this will help make the distribution a true loop. Because right now they have to like backtrack. Like say we send them to GW distribution, then they head down there, then they backtrack, and then they have to go through here, which is just a very busy kind of place at this point. Now, this may become less busy if we get rid of the plastics and the mechanical components, but for now it is busy. So I have gotten some, if there's the most busy spot on the map for trains, this is one of them, maybe the second most busy. So yeah, that's the idea with that other train loop around there, is that it just will cut down on traffic. You know, once we go into GW distribution, we can head back over to our Revergrad, and then, or if we're coming the other way, of course, we can do the same thing. Okay, so let's just pop over to Moscow. So, oh, you know what? Did we get some people here? No, we didn't get any people, which is a good sign. It means I unchecked that thing. No people here? Good. So we're building our university. We're sort of starting on the second thing. I was waiting for this train track to be done. So in the next episode, expect probably going to have a run around and do a bunch of things episode, sort of like the Saturday summary is, but with less guidance, less purpose, just to keep things rolling, right? So we'll probably do things like get this train. Let's, fourth thing for the list, train to farms. Now that we have those... Now that we have the tractors slowly making their way over here, right, that'll make sense. And even if it just goes up to here, that's fine for now, right? So if you picture, we're going to have just probably a single train that fills up this one, comes up here and fills up this one, which is why if you look at my loop coming in, this would be the ability to bring corn in or even take it out of this area. This is sort of why I have it this way, so that the train coming in this way, could come down to here too. So does that make sense? Like, but this would just be one train back and forth on a single track, and then whatever train came into here would just make that stop, and this guy would have to wait until the next one came out. But I really don't picture us bringing much corn into this area, but we'll see. Like, we have the possibility. We can always change the tracks up if we need to. The important thing is that we're connected through the drunken bridge. By the way, this is not the drunken bridge. This is, because it looks like a drunk guy built it. This is the fine quad bridge of rail superiority that I get made fun of because they say it's too complicated. And then, well, because I could have built a bridge across this way. But anyway, I like it. I think it looks sharp. It's got symmetry to it. Look at that. Look at that symmetry. Symmetry, a fine showmanship of steel if I've ever seen one. This could be entered in like a show for the finest rail things. Now, I would say that we probably should have made this a little more matching. Yeah, okay. But we almost have symmetry. We don't want to be, like, do you ever hear of when they make an Oriental rug, they deliberately put in some mistakes because I think it's like only Buddha is perfect and they don't want to, like, insult God or something like that. Maybe it's Hindus, not Buddhists. But anyway, so they deliberately put a flaw in an Oriental rug. Nothing that you'd ever see, but just to make sure that they're not being conceited about it. So see, that's the same thing with me. I didn't want it to be perfect, so I put this in there. All right. Anyway, I need to get rid of this track. I just want to really make sure that everything's done. Because these guys should be able to come in and out of here. We get rid of this intersection, which slows down the busyness, cause less traffic jams. And they can come in and out of here to go to here and here. That makes sense? So we'll get rid of a little traffic at some point. And what are we doing over here? Oh, Saturday summary is the day we make sure we have enough trees. We have plenty of trees, but we also are spending time electrifying the last of the track that we need electrified. And it should be just this little section. So are we not assigned to do that? Or, oh, we have another issue. And, yeah, good. So we can just cancel this, and that guy will disappear. So, like, he just didn't quite make it to his crisscross before that guy interfered. The worst is when they're done a project and then they don't have another one. Then you can't cancel them and make them automatically go back. Let's see. So is this... Yeah. So you come back out to there when you get a chance. And that should be... I think all of the track in the game should be electrified. We were working on that, makes me think, over here. But that's all, yeah, this is all now electrified. So there was a stretch, I think, from about here over into here. So not too long ago, we built this bridge, and then so I've electrified all the rest of the track. So I believe that unless it's, new construction or just a track that was intended, what are you guys doing? Okay. Yeah, that's annoying. These guys seem to be no end of the trouble. Let's see if we can't just get rid of these signals as well. They'll probably come to a head right there anyway. Huh? Well, we'll see. All right, keep working. That's why I don't play time forward when I'm designing all that stuff. Now you were jammed up because you're all getting jammed up because... What? Do we have feedback going on here? Now you're red. Oh, because there's a train on here. Okay, well we can fix that. So those guys were messing this guy up because it was feeding through this. Does that make sense? Like when they were sitting there in their little traffic jam, it was stopping these guys from coming through. You know what? Oh no, there's signals right there. That's good. Yep, there we go. Okay. Yeah, after you get used to the signals here, it's not as bad. So if you're struggling with your signaling, know that you will get the gist of it if you play for 1,000 hours or 900 like I have. All right, so there we go. So what are we doing here? We have a construction office here, and I think we're kind of done with it. So these, oh, there we go. Good job, fireman. Yeah, we got our university built. Do we have... Oh, look, we got 4 students. We got 20 professors. So do we have enough students going to our school? Yeah, good. So we should have that. So there we go. 5th thing for the list is get Studes to Farm University, right? So what we want to do is we want to take students and get them from Chemsol, and I'm even going to try to go as far as Limbriska and see if we can't bus students into here. So we probably want to build a bus stop or something. Yeah, let's build another bus stop that's closer. Can we get one? Let's delete this tiny bit of footpath. Can I get a bus stop in there just out of... Nah, it's not going to work. I could get one here. Yeah, probably even would want it this way, I think. Right? Yeah. Good, we can get them working on that. And you'll be a regular... Is it the way you want to attach? I can live with that. It's a little different than I was picturing, but I can live with it. All right, so you are going to at least build that road. Boy, you're really struggling with this. You really don't have many firefighters, do you? Why do you have so few firefighters? Where are you? Oh, right there. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see, where's... so you don't have a bus, do you? Oh, there you go. No, Power Plant's fire station. Is that Power Plant's fire station? No, Farminsky. What are you doing going all the way... Oh... Oops. Here, let me pause this for a minute. Sorry about that. Anyway, I don't want him going up to Power Plant's fire station, but we need to go check to make sure we do have a truck going to it. Just because, if nothing, even if it's the closest, it's sort of... I'd rather all the people that are going to Power Plant's fire station, which I'll show you where that is in a second. So we're going to delete this stop and then tell this guy to go to this one because he's already got 7 people in there. Let's play time again. So he should turn around when he can. Right? Which probably could have caught him a little sooner. But yeah, why don't we have that guy bring in people to this fire station so that at least... Yeah, because I think that the only people that are going there are walking. Which I'm amazed that we even have anyone in there. So, anyway. Yeah, if that... small bus platform. Oh, you know what? And that's sort of... Yeah, look, they still haven't even extinguished this one, but... Oops. Okay. Well, our little blue bus will head down there immediately and drop off those 7 people, and I'm sure we'll be fine. There we go. So let's keep this rolling. This guy... Yeah, I need to evaluate the steel. Now that's on the list. Because we may shut this guy off at some point. Right? I mean, I don't know that we really need to be importing that stuff and making steel. It sort of depends on how we're doing up at Neuve Revergrad with getting those extra people in there. But we certainly should have, enough people here. So let's just see. Was that the fire out? Yeah. So, all right. Well, that'd do a lot better for getting people. And we'll get another bus stop here for students. And hopefully we can get the students imported. And so how else are we doing? Well, we have trees and Limbriska. Do you have enough teachers? 29. So we're getting low. So that'll be good if we can get students. Now, I'm assuming, well, we'll see what happens. I've never really bussed people from this far away. But will we get enough students? Like, do these residents, I'm assuming they would get educated by going to Limbriska and stay living in Limbriska, not end up in Farminsky. All right, so anyway. Bread. Yeah, I don't think we're making enough bread. I think that one of the other design projects will be to put in a farm or two right over here. I think we might be able to squeeze in 2. One of the reasons I did 4 power plants over there by Bricksville is because I was going to maybe make more power plants out this way, but I think I'd rather have crop fields in here and here, you know, like a farm here and a farm here, and then a train that comes around and dumps them into here, or it could come this way. And though there is more stuff in the way this way, it might make more sense to come in that way. It doesn't matter too much, I don't think. But anyway, so we might have some more farms right here. And yeah, our power plants here, we only had one issue when we tried to send a train into Neuve Revergrad and decided this was the best way to go, and caused the jam up and caused our power to go low. And, you know, as it is, we're really not, I don't know, we're really not using all the power anyway. So I think having many, many power plants, like way overkill on the amount that you could actually make. If you ever had a problem at this one, it's good that we're going to have these going, and vice versa, right? If these were all running, then we don't have to worry about these if there's a slight problem down here. This is the other end of our coal loop. So if you look, this is the same idea of what we did over in Bricksville, where we have, this is our ore processing. We have some storage. There's a train that goes around and makes sure that these power plants, see that their trains would go this way. It's a double loop, so I could put many, many trains on this whole mess here. And see, it drops off the excess coal into here. So you can see we're doing fine. This should be full. And then that goes up. And we went over this last Saturday, so I won't get into it too much. And then that coal loop goes through this steel mill, kind of complicated, loops back around the hill there and goes all the way back over to Bricksville, where there's 7 million orange or yellow worker triangles. So there we go. So anyway, this is doing fine and works really well, right? Because it's dropping off the coal to the power plants, which is number one priority. And then it puts it on the loop. And this is, I like, for those of you who ever played Factorio, this is like a bus of coal. You know, and we'll always have enough coal, in my opinion, because like this guy's heading back, he's empty. He'll pick up some, but you know, I'm probably going to need to put a few more coal trains to get our steel mills as we get the ramped up, right? So that's the other reason that Bricksville was kind of a big priority, because it's going to, whoa, what happened there? That was operator error there, not the game's fault. So think about all 6 more coal mines all feeding into that coal loop, which ultimately I'm hoping is going to feed into the steel mills here. But by the way, keep in mind, if you want to make cement in particular, not so much prefabs, you need a little bit of coal. So that's why we have this thing here. So that, you know, that it sort of kind of makes sense, right? And then what we'll eventually do when Bricksville is going is come over to here, and we can get rid of this bricks thing that I shoved in here. This is another coal plant. And, you know, it's working out fine. We don't really use that many bricks, so it's just working fine. We have plenty of bricks. Now, one other thing, if you didn't watch the whole thing, the whole last videos, well, really just the last videos, all of these are the brick houses. So even though I'm not sure when we're going to get the actual bricks fired up relative to when all these brick houses will be built, but what I am going to do is just build this little section over here to get it constructed. There's a store and a cinema, and they should be reasonably happy and content. And we could probably assign this. I know you should be auto. Oh, you're not done that one yet. Oh, so you know what? Yeah, can you, what does that mean for you as far as, yeah, so where can you, yeah, that'll cover a lot. It won't quite cover up to here, but that means they'll be working on a lot of roads for a long time. Now, I might take that off if we get far enough in. I'm just going to leave on 1,000. Because you'll have plenty of roads right in this area that I'd like to get built. The priority that I have to some degree, besides getting more workers in this area, well, the first priority is workers, along with this first and second close priorities is getting more supplies up this way, and then also, you know, getting workers down there, and then getting these coal mines built so that we can calculate how many ore processors we need. All right, so anyway, I think that's a pretty good Saturday summary. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Our money's been doing pretty well. If you notice, it probably went up, 16, 17 million while we were sitting here. So I think the next episode will be more about efficiency and getting things done as far as, just sort of getting back into the flow of things after we spent the better part of a week just getting this all designed and laid out. And it's not even done, right? I don't have power lines into here yet. I got to get power lines over into here. Shouldn't be a problem. I got a transformer here. But then remember, this is for power plants, so we need to get mega lines in and out of here and get these guys supplied with power and get all this supplied with power. I don't even have a firehouse over here. We'll have to get a few of those in, one or two at least. Make sure they can get to all the places relatively quickly. So there we go. All the more reason to get the people going, right? So we'll probably put a firehouse right here, as a matter of fact, because that'll, service quite a big area. And also, they'll be able to protect the houses that we build. All right. Well, let me know if you have any questions and whatnot. I definitely appreciate all of your likes and subscriptions and comments. So keep them coming. Thank you, guys. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Take care. Bye-bye.